Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
Seth from SethMarkwood.com.
Together along with you, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club, and welcome to Tobacco Advent 2019, Day 15.
Man, chugging right along.
We really are. Good morning, boy.
Good morning, Homer. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Good.
Yourself?
I'm great. So today, Glenn has sent us a box. It says, sending you 2 extra tobacco so you can enjoy after Christmas. Watch all of your videos and enjoy them all. Glenn, Merry Christmas.
So Glenn's getting the cornament for 2015. I'm sorry, for the 15th.
Yep.
He's also going to get the 3D printed ornament. And we're going to continue after Tobacco Advent smoking these tobaccos, the ones we don't smoke today. So
Glenn shot us over 6 different tobaccos. Thank you so much for your generosity,
crazy
Glenn.
generous.
But he recommended as his number 1 favorite, Choctaw. I'll let you go ahead and open that.
Okay.
Which he says, have fun, happy Advent. He said, Choctaw is a black Cavendish in Virginia. Hints of caramel, cocoa, chocolate, vanilla by Country Squire Tobacconist.
Beautiful. Oh,
We know them.
Country Squire, Country Squire Radio. It's a podcast. I don't think we've ever smoked any Country Squire tobacco.
Haven't we?
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't either.
I don't recall. But all right, thank you, Glenn. And our question of the day: what is your favorite item that you have bought this year? That you personally have purchased? I guess we would say for yourself
Sure.
this year. Pretty sure I know what mine is. Let me give it a little more thought. You know what yours would be? I went straight in with the Zippo. I didn't use the official lighter. Sorry about that.
Whoa. Party foul.
I said Zippo when I said Bic.
Yeah.
Bic.
I'm trying to think. Two things come immediately to mind, but none of them are like my favorite thing. They're really great. But I don't know if they're like my favorite.
All right, well, I got my favorite.
All right, go ahead.
My favorite thing was I purchased a table saw that was built in 1946, manufactured under the brand name Craftsman, though not made by Craftsman. And it is one of the table saws that Shopsmith used as inspiration for a table saw that they produced back in the 90s called the Sawsmith 2000. And both it and the table saw that I purchased have a table and a fence that you can use for normal ripping. Ripping is cutting the length of a board. But when you go to make a cross cut with this saw, you actually lock the miter gauge, and this saw has 2 different styles of miter gauge. One that you would slide for making cross cuts, but the other one is fixed and has a protractor for adjusting the angle, but it's mounted to the tabletop. And when you want to make a cut, you grab a hold of the guard that has a handle on it, and you slide that like a chop saw, like a radial arm saw. So the idea behind the saw, it was marketed as what they call a builder's saw. It was made to fit through the doorway of a home. You'd put it on the foundation, you'd build the house with it, and then you could carry it out the door. And in fact, even though the thing is made of steel, I found this out kind of accidentally when I picked the thing up from the front, from the narrow end. The front is rolled under and is a handle. Very comfortable. I was afraid I was going to cut my fingers off, and it is designed to be carried off the job site. And so the challenge of any big table saw, when you're building a home, if you've got a 20-foot 2x4 or a piece of trim that you need to cut, to try to guide that through a saw blade with a miter gauge is a tough trick. So being able to pull the blade through solves that problem. Now that problem has now been resolved by the chop saw. But in the 1940s, this was a super innovative product. And like I said, it was manufactured by 4 craftsmen, and a second version was called the Versatile Saw, made up in New Hampshire, I believe, and also around that same era. But I purchased that. I've been keeping an eye out for one of these for several years, and finally found it on Craigslist, and was thrilled to tell Jandy on a Saturday that we needed to make a quick trip up to Virginia. We're gonna take a road trip, honey.
Nice.
And went and picked it up. That's it.
Have you used it?
No, of course not. The thing needs to be restored.
Where is it?
It's in my garage. Currently, it's a possession.
Yeah. Which is 9/10 of The Exorcist.
True that.
All right, so
So possession is 9/10 of.
yeah, it just that was like a double.
No, there's double. Got
Got you again. Yeah.
It's like my head went all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah. The two things that jump out to me immediately are my 3D printer, the Ender 3. I bought that earlier this year, and like right in January with money from Christmas. That is, I love it. It's really neat now being able to 3D print these things. Getting more into the designing side of things really is interesting to me. But it's also sometimes a bit of a headache and stressful, and has some downsides. The other thing I bought this year, which both of these things are things that like I like them and enjoy them, but they don't bring me consistent joy. That makes sense. So I was trying to think if there is something that fits that bill better. But the other thing is I bought an iPad for work, and it is incredibly useful to have. I bought one of the cheapest versions that they have, but they've updated them in the last year to be compatible with the Apple Pencil, and bought an Apple Pencil as well. And so I've been able to take handwritten notes constantly. It is the best way I have found to ever take sermon notes, because I'm able to copy biblical text over straight into my note-taking app, highlight on it, add handwritten notes to it. It is incredibly useful, incredibly versatile, but I'm using it pretty much exclusively for work and church. And so I'm very grateful to have it.
You're taking sermon notes. You're not delivering sermons and creating notes.
No.
You're taking notes along.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right, yeah. And so it's incredibly useful, and I would not want to not have it at this point. So very, very happy with that purchase.
So neither of us purchased any major cooking devices this year, though we've used our cooking devices a lot this year.
Yeah.
My pellet smoker, which I've had now for 3 years, I think. Our sous vide equipment we've used a lot.
Nonstop. Blowtorches, flamethrowers, those
Thermometers.
things for sous vide. The only thing that stands out as something I purchased this year and fairly recently was a Dash mini waffle maker. It was for chaffles. Pretty great. I purchased several of these knives, which are awesome because they are a $30 knife that Walmart had on clearance for $7. So I bought a couple of them. It's become my daily knife, but I have other knives that would be my daily knife if I didn't buy those. So I don't know, nothing stands out. As we bought a van this year. That's pretty nice to have a van that has a working heater and air conditioner. So there's that.
Toyota minivan.
Yep.
Pretty good. All right. Well, hey, that's quick and easy and simple. How about you? Did you buy anything this year that you are particularly pleased with? If so, leave a comment down below. If you feel inspired, make a video and leave the link to that in a comment down below. And with that, adieu.
Tobacco.
What do you think of that? Tobacco. It's good tobacco.
Mm-hmm. You know, we've had several days this filming session that have been back-to-back English, and this is nice nice and mellow addition to that. So appreciate this. Thank you.
Yes, I do. All right. Make it a great day.
See you guys tomorrow.